Welcome to the Galactic Mind Weather Report. So I'm coming to you today in the center of the 13 days of the Red Moon Wavespell. So this is 13 days dedicated to the evolution of our capacity to purify our emotional body so that we can meet every moment in our life as a fresh new moment. It's allowing us to become sensitive, to process emotions as they arrive in that moment, so that instead of being victims to our emotions and feeling like we're stuck in a quagmire of sticky depression, we can experience the emotion in that moment where it's relevant and extract the guidance that it is trying to give us. Our emotional guidance system is speaking to us in every moment. But the challenge is that all of us are carrying emotional baggage from our entire life that we never really took care of and processed. And so this Red Moon Wavespell is asking for us to process this emotion so that we can clear it out, so that we can become fresh in every moment and feel as if it's new feelings every second and be in the flow of life rather than be the victim of the emotions of life. And so the key to that lies in today's galactic signature, the blue resonant eagle. So the blue resonant eagle is the archetype that encodes how we realign with the Red Moon Wavespell. How do we allow ourselves to stay in that flow and not fall victim to it? And it's the signature of the incredible Christopher McCandless, Alexander Supertramp from Into the Wild. So watch that movie if you want to look at what the experience of the blue resonant eagle is. To go through the human experience and to detach yourself from the human emotional trauma so that you can get a higher view. So that's what this blue resonant eagle is sharing with us today, and what the message of today's video is all about is I'm challenging you to take a higher perspective of everything that has happened in your life to this point and see if you can see the vision of how it has served you. Even if you insist that it hasn't, you might feel that you're still a mess and you're a fuck up. You might feel like everything has just been, you've got the bad hand and it's been unfair and that you're hopeless and you've let everyone down. And, you might feel that way right now when you're watching this. And I get it. But I can tell you, if you're watching this, if you are here watching this and you have survived through some of the most crazy, wild, strangest times humanity has been through, we don't have clear-cut purpose anymore. We don't have clear frameworks of what to do. All the old jobs and everything that used to be so simple, I'll go get a job. Okay, I'll go get a job. It's not there anymore. It's changing all the time. And it's terrifying for so many. So if you're here watching this video and you're here 3 minutes into this video, then it means you care. It means that you want to do something greater with your life. And it means that you've survived through all of the traumas of your life to be here now to watch this. And if that's the case, then I'm looking at you right now and telling you, you are fucking amazing. You really are. You may not be amazing by the caliber or measurement of some statistical system in the world, but who cares? You're amazing because you're alive. You're amazing because you willingly came here to experience this density and to take on the challenge of bringing humanity into a new age. So well done for getting here. And so my challenge to you now, as I was saying, is to rise up and stop seeing yourself as a victim, even if just for 10 minutes today. But for as long as you can, see if you can look at your life of what has led you to this moment. Look at the good things in your life and look at how the not so good things have helped you become who you are, have helped you develop the strength that has brought you here, that has connected you to this community and these people that you're connected to. And it's much in the way that so this is the vision I get. Imagine yourself through this Red Moon Wavespell. You're in one of these rivers, you're in a rapid, the emotions are turbulent, the rocks are scary, and you're not sure if your canoe's going to make it through this rapid. And it's scary, and if you get scared, it's going to paralyze you, it's going to make it hard to make decisions in your day-to-day life. So the blue resonant eagle is the lesson today, saying, picture yourself in that canoe, and then picture yourself as a spirit taking flight. Your body, your character, you're still in that canoe on the river of emotion in the turbulence. That won't change. But you can detach your mind from it momentarily, just as I can momentarily watch myself talking to you right now. So momentarily detach yourself. And imagine in this visual, floating up above, you see the canoe in the river, right? Now the river's getting, smaller and smaller in the distance as your spirit starts soaring higher on the wings of the eagle. And the higher you get, the smaller that river becomes. Now, what you'll start to see, if you've ever flown an aeroplane over, the vast expanse of Australia or somewhere, is you begin to see how these rivers and creeks all connect together in these incredible fractals. Every riverbed is connected to another. The creeks all connect like the veins in a leaf or these fractal patterns. So when you rise up and you look at a river, you suddenly see the bigger plan. You see the bigger picture of how all those rivers are connected. And when you can see from that higher perspective that everything is connected and that you are going to this point where all the rivers meet, where they will all come together and support each other and becoming a giant, beautiful water feature, then you're able to come back down and land back in that canoe, back in this human character that's stuck in this turbulent emotional madness. But you come back with this higher perspective that remembers there's a higher purpose to everything, that you're going in the right direction, that you just need to move through this turbulence as consciously and awake as possible, and it will come to smoother waters soon. And if you are aware that that this too shall pass, then it will make it so much easier to relax into the now, no matter how turbulent it is. It'll be so much easier to let go of this feeling of being a victim to the world. And the sooner that we can stop being victims to our world, to our governments, to our left-right kind of polarized society, the more that we can take self-responsibility for how we turn up in the world, the more that we can start taking self-responsibility for how we experience the world, the more ability to respond that you have, the more power you have, the more conscious, creative control you have over the experience, this life that you're here to live. And that's pretty exquisite. So see if you can take some time today to really just rise up out of the trauma, out of the victim patterns, and see the bigger picture. And look, I'm not saying that you haven't had a hard ride. Okay, people have had some pretty intense, terrible rides. I get it, for sure. And I'll never take that away from anyone. But it's your choice, right now, in this moment, how you're going to perceive this moment. And the only way through is going deeper in and allowing that emotion to arrive and to feel it. And so you might notice during this wave spell that people will trigger you. Different emotions will well up and you will want to blame it on them. You want to point the finger and say, it's because of you I'm unhappy, it's because of you that I'm stuck, it's because of you that I can't have my dreams. But just know that this projection is not going to help you. It would temporarily alleviate the suffering, sure, but very temporarily, and it will come back with a vengeance. So what I recommend and what I'm working on is that as these triggers are happening, instead, just allow the feeling to come up and don't react from it. Allow the feeling to move through first. Use this as your mantra. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And then, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And just allow the intensity, that emotion to flow through. And just like eating a meal, if you can allow those emotions time to be felt without reacting on them, then you will allow the emotion to be digested within your being. And then you can begin to extract the goodness from that emotion in that moment. And you'll be much wiser once it has settled down and passed to make the next decision. But just like eating a salad, you can eat the healthiest salad in the world, full of kale and all your good stuff. But if your stomach which is where emotions often get connected, in the solar plexus there. Now, if your stomach isn't digesting that salad properly, it doesn't matter how healthy it is. If it just sits in your stomach and never gets digested, it will eventually kill you. It will eventually become poisonous and problematic if it's then rotten, if it stays stuck in your stomach without digesting. So it is important to digest food in order to extract the goodness and release, and you go to the toilet and we release that which we don't need. Think of your emotions in the same way. Your emotions are there to serve you. So allow them to come into you, to digest your emotions so that you can extract the goodness and let go of everything that doesn't serve you, and let it go. And see if you can maintain that separation where you can be present and aware with your feelings and how you're moving through life. Because the more that we can clean that emotional body, the more sensitive we can become to our surroundings, to each other. The more we can love and be loved, the more we can care and be cared for, and the more abundant we can move into as a society. So may you flow with grace through this red moon wave spell, and may you fly on the wings of the eagle in gaining that higher perspective. And I'll see you in the next wave spell. So much love, in Lakesh.